Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. A lot of people are asking if I can do a video on Game 5. Just as a reminder, I have a written blog. For the last few days, I've had a post on why I suspect the Cleveland Cavaliers will close out the series against the Celtics in Game 5. A lot makes sense for the Cavs to advance tonight. Another storyline is that LeBron could surpass Michael Jordan's playoff scoring record if he scores 28 points this evening, meaning 27 to tie, 28 to become the all-time leader. LeBron James already played that many playoff games in his career. 28 is an interesting number. If you look up what a perfect number is, there's not many of them, very few. There are numbers where the numbers that divide into them, if you add the numbers that divide into them together, they total the number itself. For example, the numbers that divide into 28, 1, 2, 4, 7, 14. The other one would be 28, but you don't count the number itself. By adding the numbers that divide in, they total 28, which is what makes it a perfect number. And interestingly, man, which is a perfect machine, the most perfect machine in the world is man. Man, in the language of gematria, is 28. So very interesting that it's 28 points. I suspect this is all intentional. As I've been explaining, professional sports, scripted to the final score, to the box score. And that's why we saw LeBron James in Game 3 disappear and finish with just 11 points. All to set up this right here, him being 28 points shy of Jordan's record, which surely is not arbitrary. What I'm wondering is if we might see LeBron score 29 tonight to break the record. 29, very symbolic number to Ohio. Game 1 of the NBA season, opening night, October 25th, 2016, which happened to be a date with 71 numerology, to open up the 71st season of the NBA, also where the Chicago Cubs were appearing in the World Series for the first time in 71 years. World Series game in Cleveland. Cleveland Cavs were at home that night and beat the Knicks by 29. Later that same day, the Spurs beat the Warriors by 29. And I said right then, there's the big sign that we're going to get part 3 of the Cavs and the Warriors. Steph Curry, LeBron James, both born in Akron, Ohio, in the same hospital, same town Nate Thurman's from, that had his number 42 retired with the Cavs and Warriors. Died last year in the offseason after the Warriors and Cavs had won the last 2 NBA championships against each other. He died 27 days after LeBron scored 27. Go back and see my work on the death of Nate Thurmond, as well as the actor Anton Yelchin, who died at age 27 before Game 7. But anyhow, been talking about 29 all year. Symbolic number pointing to Ohio, which is the 17th state. Here we are in 2017. NBA in gematria sums to 17, the same way man sums to 28. The Cavs were the 17th team to join the NBA. So, that covers the Jordan part. Well, and there's also this piece right here. Jordan turned 54. I talked about his birthday and why I thought North Carolina would win the college tournament, which happened. From his birthday to tonight's game, where LeBron might surpass his record, is 97 days later, or a full span of 98 days. 98, the full span, connects to National Basketball Association, as well as what's tattooed on LeBron's back. On LeBron's back, the words "Chosen One" are tattooed. If you write out "Chosen," it has gematria of 98. If you write out "Chosen One," it also has gematria of 98. Very special number. With regards to it being 97 days later, another way to express the distance from his birthday to today, 97 is the 25th prime, been a huge number in sports. I talked about why the Patriots would win the Super Bowl and why it was all about 25 on 2/5, where Tom Brady could win his 25th playoff game. The AFC could win its 25th Super Bowl to close out the 97th season of the NFL, 97, the 25th prime, Bill Belichick 97. It happened, and the Patriots had a record 25-point comeback. So anyhow, these articles have been written since Game 4, comparing LeBron's missed dunk to Jordan's in the 1992 playoffs. That was 25 years ago. Isn't that interesting? 25 years ago, comparing, which has just been this huge number in sports, 25. Been talking about it a lot. Coincidence? I don't think so. As I said, I put out a video on this dunk and why I think it was scripted. Again, the score was 69-68. The Cavs were down 1. Basketball in gematria equals 68. Cleveland Cavaliers equals 69. That's 137 combined points. 69 plus 68 equals 137. 137 is the 33rd prime number. LeBron equals 33. Michael equals 33. James equals 33. Cleveland equals 33. Bulls equals 33. Very special number. NBA Finals equals 33. The word champion has gematria of 137. Michael Jordan, seen as the champion in the NBA, on Wheaties boxes and everywhere else. Just like how LeBron James is now. You know, symbolic number where he missed that dunk, and now it's being compared to Jordan's missed dunk 25 years earlier. So, that concludes the Jordan piece. Now let's go over why tonight's the perfect night for the Cavs to close out the Celtics. The over-under for the game is 215 points. I could see tonight's game ending with a combined score of 211, like the last game, or 216. Both make a lot of sense. Another number that recently has been showing up in these games is 219, and what I realized about that number is from the first game of the season to the start of the NBA Finals on June 1st is 219 days. But anyhow, if I had to bet on two possible outcomes for total score, I'd bet on 211 and 216. I know that it doesn't exactly help you with the over-under, but I might pick 216 before I pick 211, just since they did 211 last game. Here it is, though. Today's date, May 25th, 2017. Before I get to this, I just want to remind you, last year, Game 6 of the NBA Finals, the last in Cleveland, the combined score was 216. We've already seen scores in this series combined at 216. They do it a lot. When you pay attention to the actual scores of the game, you'll see how redundant the same numbers are used. That's what people realize who follow my work, because for 3 years I've been calling out the numbers for the games before they happen. Just like last game, I said to watch for 99 on May 23rd, and sure enough, the Celtics lost with 99. 523 is the 99th prime number. Those numbers are not arbitrary. They're very special. See the video I put out on it. But now, for why today to close out, May 25th, 17, date with 47 numerology. Again, this is the Cavs' 47th season. The Philadelphia Warriors won the first pro basketball championship in 47. Very special number. Number of foundation. Ohio happens to equal 47, as well as Akron, Ohio, again where LeBron James and Steph Curry are both from. The word mafia also has gematria 47. They're calling LeBron James the Godfather. There was an article written March 1st about how LeBron James was wearing the Godfather at Boston's arena, which is part of the reason I thought he would close out the series there. But I mean, him just closing out the same team, it all works out. But anyhow, the Godfather Mafia series trilogy. Now we're going to get a trilogy with the Warriors and Cavs. Trilogy has the gematria of 666, just like the NBA Finals, even just like basketball game. All of those things are 666. But today's date has this magic 47 numerology, huge number on the season. Last game, they did that goofy thing with the shot clock. It went from 4.2 to 4.7 to 47. The game was at 211 combined points. 211 is the 47th prime. It's all tributes. And I've been explaining this stuff for 3 years, that the games are scripted, that they messed with the shot clock to pay tribute to the numbers on the game. It's like the powers that shouldn't be are getting more blatant with exposing their numbers. It's almost like they're mocking, all of us who are awake. And what's amazing is some people still think that I'm wrong after all that I've shown over all these years. And perhaps what happened in Game 4 of these Eastern Conference Finals with the shot clock at the end, the most convincing evidence yet. But here we go. May 25th, 2017. It has 47 date numerology. It also has 67. And the word king has gematria of 67. So does the word West. We know the Warriors won the West with 67 games this year. Last year, LeBron James won on the real King James's birthday. And remember, King James equals 89. The Warriors went down with 89 points. The word king also has gematria of 41. The Cavs would close out the Celtics 4-1 with a win tonight. 4-1, kind of like 41, winning the series 4-1. Game 5, which this is, also has the gematria of 41. You see? Close them out 4-1 in Game 5. Symbolic. And we know that the one game that the Cavs lost, they intentionally tried to lose. They were up big, and then LeBron James just went away, and the team just didn't play basketball anymore. This is just why I hate pro sports, and I can't believe that people can't see how fake they are. This stuff goes on every single year, every single series, and somehow people don't see it. If you don't remember the year that the Lakers beat the Blazers in Game 7, find that recording, however, and watch the fourth quarter of that game. The Blazers were up 22, 23 points going into the fourth quarter, and then didn't even try to play basketball. Not for a single minute of the fourth quarter. Went down, shot up rush shots from deep, lazy passes for turnovers. It was just like, okay, you play all season, and now you're up 22 going in the fourth quarter, and you're minutes away from being in the NBA Finals, what it's all about, and then you're just going to stop playing basketball? I mean, the reason I'm talking about that series is because I'm from Portland, and, that was like the last time I really watched sports thinking maybe it was even possible that they weren't scripted. I already had an inkling before that. I grew up in Portland. I got to see Michael Jordan travel, foul everybody, and, never have a call against him. But meanwhile, nobody else could even breathe on him. And just look at the NFL. I mean, what a joke. I mean, the way the Seahawks lost in Super Bowl 49, second in goal. You got the most powerful running back in the league all season. He hasn't been stopped a single time at the goal line on a carry. And you're going to throw an interception for no reason when you got timeouts and time and everything. And it's all by the numbers. I mean, if you guys haven't seen my work on Super Bowl 49, 50, 51, 48, the entire time I've been here, I've been exposing how every single one of these games is scripted, and it's as plain as day. Of course, the word king, to get back on topic, has gematria 23. Like LeBron, King James, as they call him, wears 23. King's also a fitting name for basketball. King also has gematria of 22, the master builder number like basketball. Those are our relevant gematria ciphers, the foundation of this language, all based off of the alphabetic order. Think about how he's going against the king of the fourth quarter, Mini T, Isaiah Thomas. If you haven't seen my work on his sister's death and his 53 points on her 23rd birthday, check it out. He used to wear number 22 as a member of the Sacramento Kings. And remember, LeBron James, which equals 42 in gematria, like slavery, number stamped all over black people, he played 42 minutes in his first NBA game ever against the Sacramento Kings, who his entire career, he's had major tributes when he plays them. Always to the word king. Also about the combined 137 points on the dunk, I forgot to mention that Akron, Ohio also sums to 137, his hometown. Some other notes about winning in Game 5 for LeBron. 5 has gematria 42, like LeBron James, like Freemason. It's Freemasonry that created American basketball. What I'm torn on right now about the NBA Finals is if LeBron James wins, he'll have won 4 of his last 7. 7 straight, he'll have won 4 of those 7. Kind of like 47, the huge number on the season. At the same time, if he were to lose, he would be 3-5 all-time in NBA Finals. And King James equals 35. Mike Brown, the head coach of the Warriors right now, because Steve Kerr's out with the fake WWE storyline. Mike Brown, a name that equals 47. He's 47 years old right now. He began coaching LeBron when he was 35 years old. And not coincidentally. It's because everything in this league is all a numbers ritual. All a numbers ritual in this league. But 35 and 47, huge numbers. The Warriors got Kevin Durant, number 35. You know, I think in the end they're going to have LeBron win. But the way that they stack the same numbers on top of each other this year, it makes it harder to see who the narrative's for. And who knows? Maybe they did it to us because we're figuring them out so bad. But I don't think so. I think this is all the way it was meant to be scripted. Just the way it comes together this year. It's a challenge to see for sure. Somebody's got to watch those Godfather films. There's probably a clue in there. Again, they're calling LeBron the Godfather. Game 7 of this year's NBA Finals will be on on Father's Day, just like it was last year. Except for last year, it was also on King James's birthday. This year, it's the day before. Here's the gematria of King James. Again, the Warriors lost in Game 7 on the real King James's birthday with 89. I pointed out that after the last Cavs win, they became 11-1 in the playoffs. Cleveland Cavaliers 111. The NBA Finals 111. They're up 3-1, just like they beat Boston in the series, regular season series, 3-1. 3-1's a lot like 31. Basketball also has gematria of 31. 31's the 11th prime. They went up 3-1, getting their 11th win. Can close it out tonight with their 12th. So yeah, True Seeker, I think that's it for the game tonight. It's all about King James. And I do suspect we'll see LeBron surpass Jordan. Makes a lot of sense for it to be tonight. 98 days later, the chosen one. The perfect man for the job, you know what I mean? 28, the perfect number. All right, True Seeker, until next time. Encore. I should talk real quick about Isaiah Thomas's hip injury. You know, just think about it. This is supposed to be their star player having this historic season. And he goes out. And he goes out in a game where the Cavs beat his team by 44 points, right? All scripted. Up 41 at halftime. Win by 44. Chosen won the small ways 44. Again, Kings 41. That was game 2. So he goes out with this hip injury. And then the next game, his team rallies and beats Cleveland at home. When LeBron James disappears. I mean, I don't know how anyone can think these storylines or these games are authentic. It's so obvious that they're just rigged, contrived bullshit to dupe people out of their money who gamble. That's really what it's all about. And this is how the house stays ahead, because the house runs the whole rigged show. But anyway, they said it was a hip injury he's out with. Hip has the gematria of 33. You know, the number that the NBA loves. Massachusetts 33, Cleveland 33, LeBron 33, James 33, Bird using the alphabetic order 33, Larry Bird number 33 in Massachusetts. The Lakers and Cavs have combined for 33 championships. Magic equals 33, Magic and Bird. This news came on May 20th, 2017, date with 42 numerology, that he would be out with his hip. Look at this. From his sister's supposed death, April 15th, to the date of this news, 35 days. Celtics 35, King James 35. Again, the whole season scripted around King James, the teams he'll be advancing over. They emphasize legendary. This is after it's announced he's out. In the game where he was injured, they lost by 44 points. Legendary 44. Just like chosen one, you know? It's all a joke. And if you don't think it's a joke, we'll just close out with this. I'm going to remind you why the Celtics will be taking Fultz out of the University of Washington Huskies #1 in the draft. The Celtics have the #1 pick, too, if you didn't know. But look at this. China Thomas in gematria sums to 53. on what would have been her 53rd birthday, Isaiah Thomas scored 53. The same amount of games the Celtics won this year. 23-53, just like China Thomas. She died in Federal Way, which has gematria of 53. Her funeral was in Tacoma, which has gematria of 53. In that same game, I'm just going to write Huskies here. Huskies equals 29. In that same game that Isaiah Thomas scored 53 on what would have been his sister's 23rd birthday, up in Seattle, where the UW Huskies are from, where he played his college ball, he scored 29 points in the fourth quarter, tying the record of Nate Robinson, the little midget that used to play for the UW Huskies. 29 in the fourth quarter, matching him. Look at what happens if you put a UW in front of it. UW Huskies, 53. And now a UW Husky, Fultz, slated to be #1 pick overall, and will go to the Celtics. Look at the name Fultz. 85 using the alphabetic order. Notice the 22 and 23 as well. Watch what happens when I write basketball. 22, 85. Now watch what happens when I write Boston. 22, 32, 85. You see? Same numbers. In English ordinal, they're all 85. Another Manchurian athlete, born and bred to be. And this is why Boston is the leader of the NBA with 17 championships. Again, NBA 17. It's all a script. Until next time.